Welcome back to Level Headed Gamer, guys. My name is Joseph, and today let's talk about Monster Hunter Rise and compare it to all the new mechanics it's introducing from Monster Hunter World. If you enjoy this kind of content, I'm going to be covering Monster Hunter throughout the months as we get closer to release, as well as post-release with gameplay impressions, tips, and all that sort of thing. So make sure you subscribe down below. Without any further ado, guys, let's get into the video. I want to start by saying that I'm not a newcomer to the Monster Hunter series. With more than 130 hours in Monster Hunter World, and putting in at least 100 hours in every major Monster Hunter title since Monster Hunter 1 and PS2, I have been an avid fan to say the least. With rumors of a new Monster Hunter coming out on Switch, honestly fear has struck my heart that the game is just not going to be as good or as amazing as Monster Hunter World with all the new mechanics it brought to the table. I thought it was going to be more akin to Monster Hunter Generations, where it's just an updated version of World with some new levels. But boy man, was I wrong, because after seeing the VGA trailer for the game, I was blown away by all the new things they're introducing. It looks like Capcom is really doubling down on whatever they built with Monster Hunter World and adding numerous other things. I want to go down the list of some of the new mechanics I was able to spot from the trailers. First thing, right off the bat, you can see that they're taking the Beetle Wedge's traversal mechanic and applying it to what the developers are calling the wire bug, which gives you the ability to boost up in the air and increasing mobility, hence the name Monster Hunter Rise. Seems like it's going to be on some kind of recharge mechanic, sort of like the pony from Zelda Breath of the Wild. And mobility seems to be the big innovation overall, because it doesn't stop with Indiana Jones' whip, but it's also riding mounts, or palamutes as they call them in the game, which is going to make travel just so much more enjoyable. I'm sure there'll be two of you who love running back and forth and chasing monsters on foot, but I won't be one of them. I always loved utilizing vines or any kind of shortcuts to make the travel faster. As well as mounts though, you can also climb what seems like almost anything doing some hardcore parkour wall running. It's Breath of the Wild philosophy of climb anything you see, and I totally dig it. The developers in the interview also clarified, in terms of multiplayer, Monster Hunter Rise is going back to the old school approach of splitting single player story and multiplayer missions of the older games, and cutscenes will no longer prevent you from joining a co-op party and playing together like in Monster Hunter World. That literally was the most annoying thing in Monster Hunter World, and that's some good news. You can even skip the cutscenes altogether. Also, simple but notable difference for any old school Monster Hunter fan is that your character now speaks. Here, I'm gonna play a small clip of what I heard in the trailer, and I'll just stay quiet. That struck me automatically, like what in the heck? It was a surprising thing to hear right away. From the trailer, I spotted that it's all new areas with a lot of new monsters, but it also seems like they're bringing some of the old guys back like Ludorth and Great Wargi, among many others. It also looks like the combat is a lot more mobile this time around, sort of what they did with the claw in Monster Hunter Iceborne. The wire bug can now be utilized with all your weapons, creating different combos and utilizing in many different ways, which might turn this heavier combat traditional feel of Monster Hunter into something that's more kinetic, whether you like it or not as an old school fan, which I personally like. Maybe I'll finally come back to maining some great swords. The wire bug looks like we'll have a lot more uses than the developers are talking about quite yet, but it also looks like the new moves for each weapon are going to be added as well on top of the wire bug interactions that you'll be able to do, which is all peachy with me. However, not all is bright in the sunny world of Monster Hunter, because there won't be any built-in voice chat, and the game will not be compatible with the Nintendo app. I guess it's Discord all the way on this one, guys. Well, here you go, guys. That's all the changes I was able to dig up and spot from the trailers that we've seen. And so there was one interview on TGS. But let me know which of the changes you are most excited about and what you're looking forward to most with Monster Hunter Rise. Are you a newcomer who's interested in the game, or you're an old school fan like me? Maybe you just started with Monster Hunter World. I would love to hear from you guys and see what you think. All right, guys. Adios.